hard to believe that a couple of years ago I was just slumming it, starting off poetry in Perth, and now I'm on the other side of the country about to start this amazing adventure. I can't wait to see where it takes me. So in 2017, I finally made it through to the Australian final of the Poetry Slam.
All the way from Perth!
It was the first time that I sort of felt less nervous than usual. I'd fought a lot of battles to get there, to stand on stage at the Sydney Opera House, and I think that's something that I sort of kept hidden. It's something that not anyone really knew about me at the time.
I had this dream that I walked into Parliament House. I walked right past security, assuredly waving them down to the sound of a surprise silence that slapped them in their sovereign sunglasses. I said, "Sup."
And I remember making it through the first round into that final five.
We've got a 9.7.
I had my second poem ready, but I could never have guessed what would have happened next.
Because we have a tie!
I think I was just more shocked than anything and stunned because, you know, you can mentally prepare yourself for anything that will happen on the night, anything that you could think would happen on the night, but that was just not one of the things.
Jesse Oliver and Solly Raphael.
Bang! That's the sound of evolution. It should lead to confusion, but thanks to your contribution, we've found a solution for the word evolution.
A girl with a sesame seed, freckled face, olive eyes, and two nice buns.
Guess I just hadn't prepared myself on how to act or what to do, and it was really difficult because on one hand, Solly Raphael is an amazing poet, and I was watching his poems from backstage and we were clicking along, and I was like, man, this is so awesome that this 12-year-old boy has so much amazing, socially conscious things to say. But at the same time, you know, you're starting to realize, hang on, me and this kid are in like a slam-off.
Love is our weapon and we are armed to our teeth, and we will change the world with the words that we speak. Just wake up and make so much noise that no one can sleep.
And the winner of a prize is Jesse Oliver.
What eventuated out of that was that, you know, Solly took the youth title.
Come on, step forward.
And he was launched into stardom with all of the media, and I guess I sort of just returned to Perth and lived a bit of a quiet life. I felt a bit forgotten. So I've just arrived on the east side, about to kick off the tour. I'm just trying to, I have no idea what's going to happen, so I'm just trying to look at it with a child's eyes. Byron Bay, and I feel like I've just been thrown amongst all of these literary giants, and I don't know how to sort of navigate it.
We really love having the slam here every year. It's a really exciting, something really different that we do. Yeah, it's surprising when you say poetry and crowd. You don't imagine those two go together, but they really do.
You know, I'd say about 80% of the people are really, really welcoming, and then there's the 20% that are measuring themselves based on Twitter followers and things like that.
Listen up, I'm going to be forewarning. Like a sanitary napkin, I'm absorbing energy.
Have a value set that includes Brooks Brothers 3 pieces, new car leases, Angora fleeces, a diamond Jesus.
World stained with their bloodshed. But don't let me bleed. It will poison your religion. You can't create, so you destroy. Don't touch, don't question.
I think of all the people I've hurt. Mum, Dad, all my friends. But again, my mind tells me they don't have to know.
I've got just the thing to keep you out of the clink. Yeah, she made me an appointment at Centrelink.
Girls locked in towers, girls locked out of reach of their own powers, while around the edges of their minds run stone-cold rings of doubt. If only I were normal, they would surely let me out.
I've got to remind myself of the good times and the loves that we shared and picture their spirits out flying around in the atmospheres or blowing past me in the breezes of a summer day. By doing this, my pain eases but never goes away.
We've been unconditioning, haven't washed our hair in years, been taking a microphone to all of our fears, but please don't be washing our brains, we'll do it ourselves, remove them stains and focus on our mental wealth.
Buddha sits underneath a Bodhi tree and thinks up a word for enlightenment. Chuck Norris stars in a movie. If, throughout his life, I'd collected all the hair and whiskers he'd cut, shaved or lost, I could have stuffed a mattress and lain with him.
Which one is a prison cell and which one will set you free? And I thought and I thought and the answer came in my dream. The dingo that wins is the dingo I feed. So if you have a choice, then choose what you will, but just think about those dingoes and which one you'll kill.
So it was really interesting. Some wonderful, weird characters showed up. One of them I remember was Phil, someone from Miles Has Passed, one of the original Slam guys. I remember him saying a poem about something to do with an anarchaeologist, which is someone who doesn't dig the past.
Where else can people see you? Where else can people hear you?
Mullumbimby Footy Field. And the caravan on the left as you drive in. And yeah, you know, I remember getting pelted with cans at punk venues, you know. None of it was published and nothing was really out there, but there was this sort of gutter telegraph that we found each other, you know, whenever it rained.
Swift lyricism, bit of hitting with the rhythm, bit of giving them a little bit of how I've been living a bit of trip and nippity, come and kick it with them, I'm gonna hit with the rhythm and leave a bit of a script in them.
Triple Nip, yeah, he's got that smooth, rhythmic sort of style.
That's the minimum, hit him with adrenaline, channel and venom, and excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Send him and take it to back seat as I stand him in line as I rolled up in a Ford truck, or a little Magna, rims that are dopers. What?
It was like a young guy and an old guy that won, which I thought was pretty cool because it showed that there was like absolute, complete diversity across the audience that was there.
Me and another guy, his poem, who was really brilliant. We tied exactly on points and we're both going through to the next heat.
I didn't really consider myself a slammer, more like an osteoporosis glide maybe, but anyway, the audience seemed to like it and the judges liked it and I won and I'm really happy.
First, yeah, I'm from Perth, which is the other side of the country, and I've never actually been to Byron Bay before, so this is my first time. But I want to perform a couple of poems that I don't get to perform often because I don't really see them as slams and they are love poems, so I hope that you like what I have to serve.
Am I more romantic as a male because I've lived as a woman? I think so.
We sit at a cafe, hands held over table, eyes locked in embrace. I want to tell her poetry. I want to present her with landscapes like the ones I've traveled to find her, paint artworks with my words like her love is my world, but I have nothing.
It's not something that I usually talk about, and it's not something that I ever wanted to talk about because, especially doing slam poetry, the last thing I wanted was to have sympathy votes. I always thought like I wanted to be known as a poet before I was known as a trans guy, and it's just, I think it just comes down to how you personally identify. And for me, I identify more strongly with a poet than I do with being trans.
As soon as I did transition, I was able to get on with the things that I wanted to do with my life. Poetry, holding a job, going back to uni.
But at the Byron Bay Writers Festival, I think it was really liberating to be able to talk about that in an open sort of way, especially considering that most of the audience were like, you know, middle-aged white women.